I am so super excited about this little package I got in the mail from Edinburgh. These are Edinburgh Doodle cards. I haven't opened it yet. I was waiting to do it on camera, but I'm super excited. I can't wait to look at these with you guys. Hello friends, welcome to Traveled and Unraveled. I'm Shannon and I want to inspire you to travel and create. If you are new here, this is the place where travel adventures and knitting projects and everyday moments come together. So today I have a bunch of things to talk about. I have got a little travel update. I've got 2 new cast-ons. I've got 2 new finished objects and an acquisition. So let's start there. I went to Montreal a couple weeks, like a week and a half ago. Went to Montreal with my daughter and her friend and my friend Phaedra. And we had a great time. We had an awesome time. It was so much fun. I am working on a travel vlog for that, but there's like a lot of footage to put together. So coming soon, hopefully. I went to a yarn store in Montreal called Witchcraft, and this is what I bought. I bought this yarn by Artfill. It is a fingering weight yarn, 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon, and the colorway is Stranger Things. So it was calling my name. I bought 3 skeins. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I'll probably make like a tee. I love, you know, the variegated colors. I love purples and blues. Those are my favorites, and greens. I like a lot of colors. I like almost every color actually. But I saw at Witchcraft some mercerized cotton and I almost bought it, but you know, you get a little stressed. Well, I don't know if everybody does, but when you're traveling with people who aren't knitters and you go to a yarn store, it's like, you know, you don't want to like spend a whole ton of time, and we were pretty beat by that point in the day. So I didn't have like a lot of time to really think it through. I wasn't really familiar with mercerized cotton. It was just something unique and different that I saw there. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll buy it, but couldn't really wrap my brain around a pattern or how much I would need. And, you know, I've done that before, just like grabbed a yarn that I really loved and then just not known what to do with it. And, you know, it wasn't like I loved it. It was just unique. I haven't worked with mercerized cotton before. So anyway, I didn't buy it. I stuck with this, which I'm very happy with, very excited about it. So that is my one acquisition. I am trying not to buy any more yarn, okay? Except for when I'm traveling. Like I said, if I go to a yarn store when I'm traveling, which I do like to do, I do like to support the local yarn stores and buy something. So, but outside of that, I'm trying not to buy any yarn until Rhinebeck, until the New York Sheep and Wool Festival, because I have so much that I need to use up. Really need to get my stash under control. Okay, so let's open this little package. All right, I have not fully opened this yet. All right, I'm going to Scotland in September. I've mentioned that a million times. And I follow a store called Ginger Twist Studio in Edinburgh. I follow them on Instagram, and I saw them post a few weeks ago about these Edinburgh doodle cards. I think they're called doodle cards. I have to confirm that. And on their Instagram, they were like, back in stock, you know? So I got like a little bit nervous. I'm like, okay, there's one day on my trip that I can actually go to Ginger Twist Studios, and what if they don't have these? What if they're not there anymore? So obviously I need to order them and have them sent to me, which the shipping almost cost as much as the doodle cards, but we're not going to talk about that. What this is for is my souvenir sweater. So I mentioned in a couple videos back that I like to knit a souvenir project from yarn that I've purchased on my vacations. And I have planned for my Scotland trip to do a sweater that had some color work and different motifs like Scottish flags or castles or something that would remind me of the trip. I had no idea that these existed. I was thinking I would have to figure out how to make the pattern myself, you know, the color work. But no, I don't have to figure it out myself because these little things exist. Okay, I'm so excited. Destination Doodles. Okay, so what these are cards with knitting patterns specific to a destination. And now, let's see what we got here. These are just informational. Okay, so they give you little patterns that you can use for whatever you want. And they're themed, obviously, to Scotland. So this one is like a plaid, a tartan. We've got a Scottish Terrier. I'm not going to go through every single one of these. There's some whiskey bottles. There's the Forth Bridge, Victoria Street, some buildings. Edinburgh Castle. The Loch Ness Monster. Bagpipes. Sprig of heather. Some sheep. Look, the Highland Coos. Oh my God. I can't even tell you how excited I am about these. So now I have these little patterns that I can put in color work across my sweater. And when I'm in Scotland, all I need to do now is find the yarn. So I'm so excited. Like really, really overly, ridiculously giddy about this. I didn't think these existed. I thought I was going to have to figure it out on my own. Speaking of Scotland, I'm going to transition into my new cast-ons because the first one is actually related to Scotland. I have cast on it's going to be a Hufflepuff scarf. All right, we're doing a lot of Harry Potter filming location related stuff when we go to Scotland. I'm a big fan of Harry Potter, and so is my daughter. And she's bringing a friend with hers, and I'm gonna make her a Slytherin scarf for her house. I got this from the book. Actually, the book is right back here. Let's see, can we do it? Yes. Harry Potter Knitting Magic. That's where I got the pattern from. And I'm making this in Cascade 220. I think this color's Goldenrod and the other one might be Jet. I'll confirm. But this is a very thick yarn. It's a very heavy yarn and it's knit in a tube. Okay, the scarf is knit in a tube. So it's gonna have a really nice look, but it's gonna be super heavy. I'm a little concerned about how warm it's gonna be. But, you know, it's probably gonna be one of those things that my daughter and her friend Hannah like wear for photo ops and then take off. And then hopefully they'll use it actually in the winter. But yeah, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna knit up quick because it's just stockinette in the round. But yeah, it's very heavy. It's gonna be super warm. Super warm. All right, my next cast on is the Thelma cardigan. And I'm doing this in North Bay Fibers Elemental Sport. The color is Jiggin. And I really like this color. Like I always say purple is my favorite color, but I actually don't own any purple items of clothing, which is really strange. So I am making this cardigan, just started, so it doesn't really look like anything now. But I'm making it as something I can just cozy up and throw on all the time. Like think of your favorite hoodie, but hand knit and without the hood. That was what I was going for. I searched through so many patterns. I wanted something that had a little bit of detail. I think this thumb is going to be good. I don't love that the main pattern is pearl stitches. I like the look of a stockinette stitch better than a pearl stitch, but it does have some detailed lines down it and a nice little like flower bloom pattern at the bottom. So I'm hoping I'm gonna like it. I have had this yarn for quite a while. I got it at 50% off. I bought a ton of it for another cardigan I was gonna make, but then I decided that I hated that cardigan pattern. It was too many cables. Like I can't with cables. So it's been sitting in my stash, and it's very rustic, kind of rough. Our local yarn store had a sample sweater knit up that she blocked, and it does get softer. It is gonna soften up when I wash it. So I'm just hoping that it's the level of cozy that I want it to be. Hopefully. Those are my 2 new cast-ons, and now we can go to finished objects, I think. I finished a Sophie scarf, right? Let me just see. Sorry if this messes with the mic here, but these Sophie scarves are so easy and fast and cute and a great way to use up. I did, with this skein of sock yarn, I did a pair of socks and this Sophie scarf. So it doesn't take a lot of yarn, and they're just so adorable. It's so soft. It's cashmere. It's so nice and soft. So I really like that. I held the yarn with a mohair too, so it's even softer. So that was kind of just a little palette cleanser in between some projects that I was doing, just kind of a mindless knit, you know. And then I finished my magnolia tee. Now, this is a little bit wet still. I blocked it yesterday, so I didn't want to put it on, but hopefully you can see it. I'll try to move it back. It's adorable. I love the way it came out. The fit is looking to be perfect. I mentioned in my last video that I was going to add the sparkles. You can see the sparkles on the hem and the sleeves, which came out beautifully. Very thrilled with this, and I love this yarn. It's Queen City's Coleman DK. It is, I believe, 65% silk and 35% linen. It's drapey and soft and shiny, and I love it. I love, 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 love this Queen City yarn, and I love the way this came out. So once it's actually fully dried, I will take some proper pictures of myself wearing it. I think that's all the knitting I have to talk about today, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about my Scotland plans, which you're all going to get so sick of hearing about. Sorry, not sorry. We are planning to go in September. We're going to fly in to Edinburgh. We're going to go to the Highlands. We're staying in an Airbnb up on Loch Ness. We're going to be there for, I think, 4 or 5 days, and we are going to do a canoe tour on Loch Ness. We're going to see some Highland coups. We're going to go to Inverness. We're going to go to the Isle of Skye. We're going to go to Glencoe. We are going to see the Glenfinnan Viaduct, which is the Harry Potter train bridge. The Harry Potter train, the Jacobite train, had not been running like all year. It just started running again. So they're having, I don't know, some kind of safety issues or something with that particular train running. So I'm hoping that it's still running when we go there. But if not, it'll still be cool to see the bridge. We've got a couple like potion making experiences, Harry Potter related, that we're doing. After our time in the Highlands, we're going to be going to Edinburgh for 3 days. One day we're going to take a Rabbie's tour to Alnwick Castle, again a Harry Potter filming location. yeah, and I mean, all the sites of Edinburgh, we're going to do the castles, we're going to go to Stirling Castle, we're going to go, obviously, Edinburgh Castle, you know, but there's a couple others I can't remember off the top of my head. And I do have plans to go to 3 yarn stores. We'll see if I get to them all. Like, I have plans to get to 3. But, again, sometimes the best laid plans. And I, you know, I also feel like I only have like a teeny sliver of time to fit these stores in, and it's just, it's not enough, you know, like you want to go and kind of really explore, but hopefully I will get to all 3. I'm excited. I think that's all I have for today. Stay tuned for my Montreal travel vlog. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. See you next week.